day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Awini Unity platform. I am Matt, your host from Nigeria. Thank you so much for staying with us. And today we are here to talk about the upcoming Euros 2024 that is going to take place in Germany. So I have with me here in the studio Mr. Adeka. You're welcome once again. And I have with me here Mr. Ebuka. You're welcome once again.
Thank you so much.
Yes, so we are going to talk about what concerns us really as Africans. And what concerns us really as Africans are the African root players that are representing each and every countries in the upcoming Euros. Yes, we have different countries playing in the Euros, and we have our African brothers in one or two of those countries, and they are representing well. So those are the kind of players we want to talk about. Those are the players we want to talk about the form, the nature of their play, the position they are playing, and how good they will be. And we are going to talk about the outcome, the possible outcome of the results they are going to impute into that country to make sure they achieve a reasonable position in this upcoming Euros. So we are going to first of all start with the Germany, which is the host nation. The players, the African players in Germany are Antonio Rudiger, Jamal Musiala, Jonathan Tah, Benjamin Henrichs, and Leroy Sané. These are the African players we have these are the players we have from Africa that are representing Germany, particularly now playing the German national team. So first of all, let's discuss about Antonio Rudiger. Mr. Adeka, what do you think about Rudiger?
Well, I think it's going to be very solid for the German defense. Had a very fantastic season with Real Madrid, winning the La Liga and also winning the Champions League. So I think it's going to be instrumental for the German team in Euros actually. So at least, but one thing I like about the Antonio Rudiger is that he doesn't forget his roots. Like the last World Cup tournament, he donated almost all his earnings to the Liberian Foundation.
Wow.
So I think he's going to have a very good outing this time around.
Mr. Ebuka, what do you think about Rudiger?
Antonio Rudiger is a fine player representing his club side and also representing Germany. He's doing well. Even in the Champions League, you can see how he displays his talent in the defense line. So I know Antonio Rudiger will be okay in the German team.
He's going to represent Africa well, right?
Very well.
In the European side.
He's going to represent Africa as well as
Okay.
not for any major talent, but at least Rudiger is representing them there.
Yeah, at least if you see him playing, they'll be happy. At least someone from their roots is representing and is playing very well. Even won the Champions League, won the La Liga, and then now he's playing in the Euros. Who knows? He might even leave that.
When he won the La Liga trophy, instead of him displaying the German flag, first of all displaying the flag.
That's to show the
He really appreciates where he comes from. Yes. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. All right, so the second German player we're going to talk about is Jamal Musiala from Nigeria. What do you think about that, Mr. Adeka?
He's a very fantastic player in the midfield. I think Nigeria actually regretting why they do not have such a group of players in their midfield, especially their recent performance. But I think it's going to have a very fantastic outing. They're putting chances of behind the post. So I'm strongly behind the plan.
Mr. Ebuka, what do you think about Jamal
to have the likes of Musiala in the Nigerian team? I know our team will go forward, and also Musiala is someone that is a young player coming up. So with his skills and his talent, I see him progressing in the German
squad. Okay, all right. Thank you very much. So we have here the third player here on our list is Jonathan Tah, and then followed by Benjamin Henrichs and Leroy Sané. So these players too, we are hoping that they will play their best to make sure they uplift the German national team to a reasonable height in the upcoming Euros, which will be starting today, of course. So I have a question for you, Mr. Adeka. These players that are representing Germany now, that we just called, that are from African roots now, do you think if they weren't playing for Germany and they are playing for their countries in Africa where they are originally from, do you think they are going to make any difference as of now?
I don't really see them making a difference because these players themselves, even if they're given opportunities to play for their country of birth, I don't see them making much impact because looking at these players, most of them don't feel African. Yes, they only show a sense of association. Because just imagine growing up in a country, singing the national anthem. You just been told that you are from Africa. They have never actually been there, don't know the ground, but but they feel German and they feel like mostly European. So I don't think they would have made much impact because you have many of them come to the national team, like foreign players come to the national team who don't really have an impact. Because African football is more of physicality.
Yes.
So I don't really see them making an impact in the African team.
So you don't think Jamal Musiala in Nigeria Super Eagles now?
Or in Africa, the boy is more physical.
Okay, all right. Mr. Ibuka, what's your opinion? Do you think it will change something?
Actually, it will not change anything according to how it's done. It will not change anything because how will Rudiger playing without they don't have talent of footballers. We have not really heard of anybody coming from that.
No, it's not correct. George Wilson, yeah.
George Weah.
I really that.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, but you don't expect.
But you're talking about the current players now.
Yes, the current players now. We don't have like if Nigeria was playing in Nigeria now. Just be frustrated.
Imagine the son of the president, the legendary George Weah playing for the ES national.
Thank you.
That is what I'm saying.
Thank you.
No, I don't really see.
Anyways,
they decide to nationalize them.
All right. So thank you very much. We are moving next to Netherlands. The African players in Netherlands are Memphis Depay from Ghana, Jeremy Frimpong, Ghana as well, Brian Brobby, Ghana, Cody Gakpo, even Ghana as well. So all these four African players representing Netherlands are all from Ghana. What do you have to say about that, Mr. Adeka?
It's not surprising to me. Over the years, Ghanaian have been strong players for the Netherlands team. Like, let me just say, Ghana is meant for the Netherlands team. Because over time, you have players that can consider playing for the Netherlands team. So, and also, these four players you just mentioned are very fantastic players that have very good season. And I think almost all of them are going to be first 11 players for the Netherlands team. Player like Memphis Depay is just 5 goals shy of being the all-time goal scorer in the Dutch team. So, and Jeremy Frimpong had a fantastic season, 11%.
Exactly.
He's going to the guy is able to transition from defense to attack.
That guy is
so he's either being played as a right back, left back, or playing in the attacking position of either from the wing actually. So, and also Cody Gakpo, either can play from the wing and also from the top front. So I think they're a very good player for the national team.
Mr. Ibuka, what do you think about these 4 good players from Ghana representing Netherlands?
Yeah, I can see the Netherlands squad going forward with this caliber of players that they have in that squad. And I also think if Ghana have these 4 players in their own national team, I see Ghana going forward and also winning the African Cup of Nations. If they have these guys in their current squad.
Even possibly winning the World Cup.
If they have these guys.
Yeah, that's it. Is it funny? It's serious. Imagine Memphis Depay. Imagine Cody Gakpo. Imagine that Jeremy Frimpong. That guy is exceptionally good. I have watched him play, and honestly speaking, he is brilliant.
No, they are actually good players, but like we have said before, it should not be different. So, if you are going to call it 4 of them, are you saying that African players in Ghana are actually good?
No, actually they are good.
But we feel these guys are better. Don't you think
these guys are better?
I think the Ghanaian spike is actually good also because not as much as they have they have the likes of Thomas Partey. So the Ghanaian team also have top talent. It's just like looked at similar to all of them together, and also I know actually in football the forms of the players do matter because in terms of that, just for the players to be fit and also to be of top form. So that's the only thing we announced for that.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. We are done with Netherlands. We are moving straight to Portugal. So the African root players representing Portugal in the Euro 2024 are Nelson Semedo, Danilo Pereira, Nuno Mendes, and Rafael. So, which of these players would you think Adega is much better? And which of these players do you think, Portugal just called him to fill up space, or who do you think is really one of them? Which one can you pinpoint out of these 4 players that is the best among them? That is Nelson Semedo, Danilo Pereira, Nuno Mendes, and Rafael.
I don't think any of them have been called up to the field. They are very good players.
Nelson
Semedo, Danilo Pereira, Nuno Mendes, and
Rafael.
They are very good players. Rafael had a very fantastic season. He has been playing for AC Milan. And Danilo Pereira has been for PSG, Paris Saint-Germain. So and he can also play in the midfield as well as the defense. So I think a very good addition to the Portuguese. So and let's not forget that the Portuguese squad actually need African players. It was an African player that gave them the last Eda. So and most of their squad then were mainly let me just say mostly African players. So I don't think it's shocking to me for them to feel African players again because they actually believe in Africa. African players are actually very, very strong. So it's a very good impression of those players in the Portuguese squad.
All right, thank you very much. But I don't even know if any of these players makes their first 11.
No, hopefully they don't make.
No, they do.
They do, right?
They do make the first.
I don't see any player in the squad that's going to bench the player like Rafael.
Okay.
And also Daniel Pereira, I think there's an omission of William Kava who plays for the Betis, so South African player. So I think that Pereira is going to fill in that space.
Okay.
And also Nelson Semedo is going to play for the right back or the left back. He's a very good, fantastic defender.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So we are done with Portugal now. We are moving straight to Italy. The African root players representing Italy are Michael Folorunsho from Nigeria and then Steven El Shaarawy from Egypt. So these are the only two players representing Italy. So now, what do you think about these two players, Mr. Adeka? Do you think they are going to represent where?
They are going to present mostly from the bench. They are going to present from the bench.
Okay.
Because I don't see Michael Folorunsho. He's going to come in from the bench or maybe towards the end of the tournament. We will probably have his debut in the Euros. And also Steven El Shaarawy has been in the Italian squad for a very long period of time, but actually has never been a starter. So he mostly come from the bench or at the time of the tournament. So I pray they have a very good impact this time.
Okay.
And the Italians are going out to defend their trophy.
Yeah.
So let's see how it goes for them.
So Mr. Ebuka, do you think these players, Folorunsho and El Shaarawy representing Italy, do you think they would have had a better game time when they represent their African countries than representing those European nations?
No, actually, I don't see Folorunsho representing Nigeria and seeing him in the squad right now.
Okay.
We have the likes of Osimhen.
Okay.
We have the likes of
Lookman,
and also we have the likes of one of this striker Boniface. So I don't see Folorunsho featuring in that squad right now. Maybe he might come later, but right now I don't see him. He has been called up in the Italian squad. Let's see if the coach will actually make use of him. At least just give him at least 20 minutes or 15 minutes to play. But I don't really see him functioning in that Italian team. But Sebastian, he's okay. The guy is good actually.
Do you think you have a space in the Egypt national team?
Yes, I see him having a space in the Egypt national team. This squad now that Egypt have, I see him having a space there.
All right, thank you. Mr. Adeka, do you see El Shaarawy having space in Egypt?
El Shaarawy is a very fantastic player. I think he's going to play for the Egypt national squad. Even from when he was a teenager, Egypt is strongly favored. Like a Folorunsho, I think is actually a player for the future of the Super Eagles. You cannot always rely on the likes of Osimhen for Boniface and Folorunsho. I think you need a player for the future.
Okay, thank you very much. We are done with Italy. We are moving straight to Spain. We have only two players from African roots representing Spain. The one on the list is Lamine Yamal. And the second on the list is Nico Williams. So Lamine Yamal from Morocco and Nico Williams from Ghana. So what do you think about these two players?
Lamine Yamal will be a player to watch. That he's going to fight for his Golden Boy trophy. So he's a very fantastic player, a very young star, and also a player to watch. He's a feature player actually. So I'll be able to watch him perform. And also Nico Williams, I think Spain decided to choose him over his elder brother. So I think let's watch. Like he had a very fantastic outing in the last Euros. For Spain. So let's see how it goes this time around. I think he also played the World Cup for Spain. So let's see how it goes around this time around for him.
Okay. So what do you think about these two players, Mr. Ibuka?
Those two players are very fantastic players in their club side and also in the country. Lamine Yamal, that guy is a fantastic player. just age 16 years old, and he has been displaying all his talent in Barcelona. Now the Spain saw him and also brought him to their squad. I know that guy will do right. And when you look at Nico Williams, that guy is a fantastic player. The guy, yes, the guy attacks and he plays very good football. Him and his elder brother, they play in the same club, so he plays very good football. I know the Spain, they saw the talent and they decided to call those two Africans. They are good.
Okay, thank you very much. So, Mr. Adeka, this question is for you now. Do you think Lamine Yamal will break into the Morocco squad as of now?
Yes, Lamine Yamal will break into the Morocco squad because players like Sofiane Buffon, Hakim Ziyech, and I think maybe possible thing they're going to go for. I think maybe the next World Cup will be their last year national team. So I think it would have been a very fantastic year for the country.
So, Mr. Ebuka, do you think Nico Williams will break into the Ghana squad as of now?
Very. He will break in and also he will do wonders.
There's nothing the Ghanaians enjoy like having two brothers in national squad.
Okay, are you brothers?
Yeah, there's going to be on Williams brothers also.
I've done very well.
Wow. All right, thank you very much. So, these guys now, I believe they will make first 11 for Spain. But what do you think, Mr. Adeka?
Probably maybe Lamine Yamal might start, but I don't see Nico Williams starting because I see this guy Morata top nine striker for Spain. And mostly the Spanish style of football doesn't really need a striker to come because they play from the winger and the midfielder. So Lamine Yamal is going to start and probably maybe Williams on the bench.
All right, thank you very much. We are done with Spain. We are moving straight to Denmark. So the players we have here, the African players we have representing Denmark are Yusuf Poulsen and Alexandra Bach. These are the two players representing Denmark. Do you see them as first starters, Mr. Adeka?
I don't see them as first starters because in the Danish squad you're going to see more of the white heads. Sorry for using this word, you're going to see more of the white heads because they're mostly Icelanders, so you're going to see them join the white head in this tournament. Because you understand it, maybe the African players might come later.
Okay, all right. So, do you see Denmark going far in these Euros?
Denmark has always proven themselves to go far. We cannot write them off. But it's football, we cannot actually predict how far they can go.
Yes. All right, thank you. So, we are moving straight to Austria now. The players representing Austria from African roots are Kevin Danso and Philipp Muelle. Kevin Danso and Philipp Muelle representing Austria. I'm surprised I haven't seen David Alaba. What happened this time?
David Alaba had a very terrible season. He injured.
Okay.
He was injured maybe in the middle of the tournament, looking too bad in October. But David Alaba is not actually missing the tournament because he's part of the coaching crew.
Okay.
So if Austria happens to win, I think Alaba is going to also get the winner medal.
Okay.
So he's not actually part. He's not actually still part of the tournament.
All right. So we are moving straight to France now, without wasting much of time. France players are like all African players. Exactly. The list is just endless.
France are enjoying the benefit of the colonialism.
Okay.
Because France are actually the majority of them are just like that country recognized by France. So and the policy there is of them, policy association actually made them to, because for it to become a French team just for it to get French. So they had used the opportunity to gain one African player into that squad. And also as you know, in France most of the citizens there are into fashion, so they really have time for. So it's just there for the African who are looking for opportunity to showcase themselves to break into the squad that easy. Most of the players in the French national team are mostly from other countries, either other European countries or mostly African players.
French-speaking African
countries.
Okay, so the players on the list from African route representing France are Bryce Samba, Ferland Mendy, Dayot Upamecano, Jules Koundé, William Saliba, Ibrahim Kanate, Eduardo Camavinga, Aurelien Tchouameni, N'Golo Kante, Youssouf Fofana, Kylian Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, Randal Colomani, and Bradley Barcola.
With this name, I see France going forward. I see France in the final with this name you just mentioned. Because no, I see France going to get into the final.
Get into the final. You are very confident.
I'm confident in France getting to the final.
Mr. Adeka, what do you think?
I have to what I have to say is that the French national team has these Africans that are going to have power. It's going to be power. The game is going to all their games is going to be very, very slow.
Physical football.
African doesn't joke. And also I think the technicality is going to be there. They are like Kante. Just imagine a defensive midfielder who doesn't foul the player, doesn't have the yellow card. Always giving the team an edge because when you play with a player like Danilo Pereira, like we are like be having fear of having a yellow card.
Yes.
But this Kante actually is a very fantastic player. Always giving his midfield the opportunity to go forward to attack. So I think the French national team is going to have an edge over other countries. Possibly this time around they will actually win the Euros because last time they had a crash out at the semi-finals, I guess. And also the time they lost the final to Portugal, that was 2016. I think and so most of these African players actually inspired them. So this time around I think they will replicate such fun and also able to win the Euros for themselves. I think that is what the French national team has failed to achieve with this current group of players. Like, let me just say this is an era for the French national team because when the players like that of Thierry Henry, Zinedine Zidane, Claude Makalele, when those players when they retired, they were thinking that the French national team never come back. But these players, French national team has
coming up.
Yes, like let's just say with the help of Africa, the French national team has never really gone down.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for your contribution. So we are going to play a game now. A little game with these French players. If I call a player name, if it's going to be in the national team, what you need to say is yes.
Going to be his national team.
It is going to be in the first 11. Pardon. If it's going to represent the first 11, you just say yes. If it's not going to represent the first 11, you say no. Are you ready? Yes. Number 1 is Bryce Samba.
No.
Ferland.
Yes.
Dayot Upamecano.
Yes, for me.
Okay.
Yes. No.
Okay. Alright, let's talk there. Why did you say no?
The guy was committing silly mistakes now in the heart of Bayern Munich.
Yes.
And he was dropped towards the end of the season. I think the French coach actually saw that. The Deschamps actually saw that and he's going to like work on that.
He's going to tread with caution, right? Yes. Okay, so why did you say yes, Mr. Ebuka?
Yes, the guy lost his form during the
Champions League.
Yeah, Champions League and also the season. But the coach saw something in him. You know, once a coach, there's something you almost like in a player. So there's something he liked in Upamecano, so that's why he called him. I see him at least, if not starting, but I see him playing this tournament.
Okay. Yes. All right. So let's continue now. If you know it's going to make first 11, yes or no? William Saliba.
Yes, for me.
No.
Okay. Why did you say so? Because you're a Arsenal fan?
Yes, because I'm an Arsenal fan. And also, William Saliba, he was very good.
He's very solid.
Yes, very solid in that defense line. Throughout this season, William Saliba is one of the most defender that you will say, yes, this guy, he really performed. This season, he really performed.
So, why did you say
you know, these days in football now, attack start from the defense.
Yes.
And you see the transition of Theo Hernandez from the wing back position to central defense. He actually decides to move that attack. So the coach would like to work with that like Theo Hernandez from the central defense. So like we're able to transit to the and also to the wing as well. Okay. To start the defense from the attack from the defense. So if you player like William Saliba, who is always shaky.
Wow.
So guy is not like you when you're saying. All right, thank you very much for your honest opinion, gentlemen. So we are moving straight to continue the game. The next player on the list is Ibrahim Kanati.
Yes, I see the guys.
Okay.
I see him pairing with Theo Hernandez.
Okay. Eduardo Camavinga.
Very fantastic player.
No.
Camavinga.
No.
One thing I don't know is that, for sure, is that he's a player to start.
Okay.
But normally, the coach is not actually combine Kamavinga and Chalmeni together.
Okay.
So maybe if Kamavinga might start, Chalmeni will be on the bench, or Chalmeni start like that. But
Okay.
I think they are both. I see them as both starters. I don't actually know
Who is that?
Yes.
Okay. So the next player is Aurelien Tchouameni.
Like I said.
Like you said. All right. All right. The next player is N'Golo Kante.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Kante is going to start.
Okay. Yusuf Fofana.
No.
Kylian Mbappe.
You say no?
You have to be credit to the captain. Start definitely.
Ousmane Dembele.
Ousmane Dembele.
Yeah, I see him playing well.
Okay.
Yeah, I see him start.
Okay, Adeka, what do you think?
I think with the injury of Coman, maybe Ousmane Dembele might start.
Okay.
Might start for the best few games. I mean, if his form is pressing because the coach might try to keep him.
Okay. All right. So the next player on the list is Ronald Colomoni.
I don't see him starting either of Oliver Giroud because it's called that when the French team plays, they sometimes take the ball to the wing them and Oliver Giroud is very fantastic as the head, and also he's their top goal scorer, and also this is last tournament for the French national. I think after this competition is going to go for retirement for the national team. So I don't see Colomani starting ahead of him.
Okay. All right. What about Bradley Bakula?
No.
All right. Thank you very much. So these are the players representing France in the upcoming Euros 2024. So we are moving straight to Belgium national team. The African root players representing Belgium in the upcoming Euros 2024 are Romelu Lukaku, Jeremy Doku, Louis Openda, Johan Bakayoko, Dadi Lukebakiu, Amadou Onana, Aurel Mangala, Yuri Talisman, and Asta Jan Vrexkis. This name is terrible. So these are the players representing Belgium in the upcoming Euros. So like I said, without wasting much of our time, we are going to play this game again. If you think they are going to be in the first 11, please yes or no. Romelu Lukaku.
Yes.
Jeremy Doku.
Yes.
Louis Openda.
No.
Okay, why?
Because they're going to be playing with Lukaku, and I don't think they're going to come into the second half in the game.
Okay. All right. So Johan Bakayoko.
No, but he might come from the bench, but I don't see.
You don't see him starting, right? Actually, Belgium are packed with talent, to be honest, and that guy is going to be difficult for him to penetrate that first 11 per se. So, what about the Lukebakiu?
No.
Amadou Onana?
Yes.
Okay. Aurel Mangala?
No.
Yuri Talisman?
Talisman? No. Yeah.
Okay, what about Aston Jan Vrexkis?
No.
Okay.
No, we don't.
Alright, we are done with Belgium. We are moving straight to Switzerland now. The players from African roots representing Switzerland are as follows: Von Nganloma, Manuel Akanji, Dennis Zakaria, Bril Mbolo, Noah Okafor, Kouado Antwi Dua, Dan Ndoye, and Mohamed Amdoni. So, like I said, let's play the game now. If you think these players are going to break through the first 11, yes. If you think they are not, no. So, let's start. Von Naganoma.
I won't add more about the guys, but
Okay.
I'll go for no.
I also go for no because the name does not sound.
Is it by the name?
Yeah, I also go for no.
Alright, second on the list is Manuel Akanji.
Yes.
Okay. Dennis Zakaria.
Yes.
Okay. Bril Mbolo.
Yes.
Okay.
Mbolo.
Mbolo is actually good.
Yes, he's good. Let's see how it goes.
Okay, Mr. Ebuka is not sure of Mbolo yet.
Yeah.
Alright, so Noah
Okafor. Yes.
Okay. What about Kouado Antwi Dua?
No offense to my Ghanaian brothers.
So, why did you say no all of a sudden? Is it because he's a Ghanaian?
No, not because he's a Ghanaian, but
Okay.
with the squad, the Switzerland national team, and I don't see them accommodating.
All right. What about Dan Ndoye?
No.
What about Mohamed Amdoni? Okay. All right.
Amdoni might start.
Might
start.
Okay.
Yes, might.
Under probability.
Yes.
It's okay. So we are moving straight to England, which is the last country on our list with African root players. So, first on the list on England's squad from Africa is Bukayo Saka, followed by Kobe Menu, followed by Eberechi Eze, followed by Mark Guehi, Azri Konsa, and Joe Gomez. So, the game again. If I call a player, it is going to play first 11, yes. If it's not, no. So, Bukayo Saka.
Yes.
Okay. Kobe Menu.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be a probability because the coach might decide to change formation depending on the formation that the coach plays.
Okay.
It might, like, because they have Declan Rice, Bellingham, Firmino, some other midfielders.
Gallagher.
Gallagher in the squad. So it's going to be probably the type of formation that the coach plays. The coach decides to play 4-3-3. Then I see Firmino playing with guys Bellingham, Firmino, and Declan Rice. But when the coach switches to me 4-4-2 at the end, I don't see Firmino playing because he's going to play the likes of Gallagher.
Okay. So what about Eberechi Eze?
Like I said, it's going to be maybe formation because if the coach plays 4-4-2, Eberechi Eze is going to play.
Okay.
But if he plays 4-4-3, I don't see Eberechi Eze. 4-3-3 rather, I don't see Eberechi Eze starting.
Okay. What about Mark Guehi?
Guehi might. I think it's going to be maybe also because currently you have Konsa and you have Madrid, so they are going to put from for the position in the defense.
Okay.
And also Stones are very fantastic and
Yes.
also from the bench. So it's going to be between Guehi or Konsa, one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, he might come from the bench. But starting.
All right. So let me skip Konsa now and then drop down to Joe Gomez.
Joe Gomez.
It's still the same category, like it's a probability.
Why is England's squad so complicated?
Everybody is fighting for it.
Yeah, England really have his
I
squad.
think to me, the only central back that is going to have the guarantee spot time is going to be
John Stones.
Okay.
So the
Rare
absence
absence of Maguire.
there's Maguire's absence,
Yeah.
and also there's submission of some English squad, right? Because I think the English squad is to be expensive on the level of the shuffling.
Yes.
Because England, over the years, they have actually planned for the future. Before retirement, they have actually planned for retirement. So I don't see Joe Gomez starting.
Okay.
It's going to be between him, Konsa, and Maguire.
All right. So thank you very much for your opinions. So these are the African players that are going to be representing their various countries in Europe coming up this Euro competition 2024. So we are going to have a very deep discussion right now. Mr. Adeka, Mr. Ebuka, we're going to have a very deep discussion. This discussion is going to take place because it's actually worrisome. And why I said it's worrisome is because we feel like our African brothers playing for representing European countries are not fairly treated. We feel they usually face racial discrimination, most especially when the country had a very poor performance. They don't see their own root citizens to blame. Rather, they blame the African players representing their country. What do you think is the cause of that, Mr. Ebuka?
Well, racism has been there since the onset.
Okay.
And they just base it on the African players, based on, when you depend so much on the player and the player fails you, decide to pour your anger on that particular player. But I don't really see this time around the racist has dropped drastically.
Okay.
It has dropped drastically, and I don't see the racism that much higher, because when you look at the likes of Bukayo Saka experienced that racism during when England lost to, so he was actually, but he decided to pick up. Though yes, they were racist, but he decided to pick up, and he dropped all those behind him and also pick up his game, and he's doing well now. Yes, there's racism, but I don't see that affecting our African players.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you agree with what Mr. Ebuka said?
I really don't tell you cancer because currently there's a law going on around the globe.
Okay.
That's why it's called in any level, in any match, there's like any player, even the fans, down to the fans. The sanction that goes to the fans.
Yes.
For you chanting any racist word towards a player, towards an opponent also. So I think it's going to reduce the level of racism, and also they have started to accept black skin.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not just African players. Any player of mixed color or black skin is actually being booed. So it has affected the players to come out to like this, but I think in recent times the races have actually dropped from doing such players.
Okay. All right. So this question again back at you, Mr. Adeka. You know, anytime such racial discrimination happens, you know, those players representing those European countries that they refuse coming to represent their native African countries. They chose to represent those European countries, but anytime they are racially abused, they turn to the Africans to look for us to sympathize with them. I don't know if you understand my point now. You rejected to play for us, you went to a foreign land, and when you are being racially abused, you turn to us to sympathize with you. Do you think it is fair, Mr. Adeka? Do you think that is fair?
Like there's a saying that there's no way like and also it's only the mother that does not call the son ugly because all our children are being fans have sons. So it's proper for them to actually come home and discover one thing that is very spectacular about this player is that in as much as they're not born in Africa, they didn't grow up in Africa. They have accepted the African roots. Over the times, you see them visiting Africa, showing love to Africa. It's giving out, having foundations in Africa, and also giving back to Africa. So when they are being bullied and they are traumatized, so I think it's proper for them to come to Africa to find solace.
Okay, Mr. Ebuka, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I concur with him. You know, when you get a child in the left hand, you turn to that right hand. So when they are being pulled over there, they have to come back to their native land and also find refuge and also get some advice. You know, when your mother lay her hand on you, you draw you closer and tell you what to do. So they come back to their home and they get some advice. When they go back, they decide to perform well and do well. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I love it.
Okay. All right. So, well, to be honest, I always find it very difficult to accept such, because you saw the African countries, you saw the European countries. I understood that was where they grew up. You know, like you said just now, Mr. Adeka, it was a country that they've been singing the national anthem from the very grassroots till they grew up. So they are already seeing themselves as citizens already. I understand that perfectly. But at least, even if they are called upon and they refuse to come and represent their native African countries, at least if they are racially abused there, people have the opinion that they should not turn back to the countries they have rejected to play for, simply because they are looking for solace, like you said.
Then where should they go?
They should. They already chose to be European players. According to them, they are Europeans already.
Mr. Max, let me correct you on something. It's clear that most of these players are having half parents. Either one coming from Africa or one coming from Europe. There are very few players who migrated from Africa. So to them, that place is home to them. Because even in North Africa here, you can call your mother's side your home and also your father's side your home. So to them, it's a home to them. So you can't actually tell them that they choose Europeans over them. It's actually where they find themselves. Some of these players, they don't feel Africa at all. It's very surprising for you to see very few players who decide maybe it's that they've been rejected by the Europeans that they come back to Africa to play. So for them to come back to Africa, it's a normal something, just because you believe, even you like this, maybe your mom is from one state or that's from another state, you discover that you definitely have 2 homes. So just take it like that to those players as well. Okay.
All right, no problem. Thank you very much for your opinion, Mr. Adeka. Thank you very much, Mr. Ebuka. So to round our discussion up now, we are going to round it up with a question. Mr. Adeka, this question, let me throw it first at you. Which European nation do you think is going to clinch the Euros trophy this season?
Actually, I'm putting on a German jersey, but I should be permitted because I'm standing for the English national team this time around.
Okay, England.
Yes.
What makes you think so?
Because the England national team has very fantastic players. They have talent, and also I think they have what it takes for them to win the tournament. And also, it's been long England won a major tournament. I think this time around should be an opportunity for them to be able to maybe, should I say, replicate their last one, but this time around not to lose in the final again.
Okay, Mr. Ebuka, which European country do you see?
Right now, I will write up the French national team.
Okay.
Because when you look at those guys, they really need these Euros.
Okay.
And also the caliber of Africans that are there. So I cannot write up the French national team. I'm seeing them in the finals.
Okay, finals.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, your top 3 now, Mr. Adeka. Top 3 nations.
Okay, I start with England. I'm not being biased.
Okay, yes, I understand.
I start with England, Germany, and the French national team.
and French. So French is third to you.
French is third.
Mr. Ebuka, what about your top 3?
I'll start with France.
France,
I'm seeing Germany.
Germany,
And I will not write up the
Belgium. Wow. What do you think, Mr. Adeka, him including Belgium as third favorites?
Belgium are actually put themselves to be pass in Europe.
Okay.
So I don't actually write them off. That I have a fourth option and definitely choose Belgium.
Okay. Also, you don't see Spain being fourth.
Spain over the years since the golden era of the Spanish national team, they have really had a poor run. So I don't see them going beyond the semi-final. I don't even see them reaching the semi-final in the first place.
So you did not even call the defending champions Italy.
Italian won the last tournament by Shello, maybe from some fantastic defending from Panucci and Chile. Those two players actually tired. So I don't see them going far this time around.
And even the GOAT country, Portugal.
The GOAT country, Portugal. I would select them as my fourth option.
Okay.
Yes, Portugal.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a great players.
They actually have a great squad, yeah.
Probably the quarterfinals.
Probably the
quarterfinals.
Quarterfinalists. Okay. All right. So this question is going to be different now. This is the last question before we end the show. Mr. Adeka, let me throw it back at you again. Which country do you think the African root players will perform more? Top 3 countries that you know the African root players perform more, they would outshine the European players. Which country do you think? The top 3?
I start with the French national team, then I move to the English national team.
Okay.
Because I think the class of Christ means are a very fantastic team.
Okay.
Then I'll round it up with maybe the Belgium national team.
Belgium.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, Mr. Ebuka.
Yeah, the French national team.
Okay.
Then let me pick the English national team also.
Okay.
Yes. Then
Are you picking it because of Saka?
yes, I'm picking it because of Saka. Yes. He's a great
Wow,
player.
why are you picking it because of one player?
No, the guy actually that guy has a fantastic season, and in England you cannot write Saka off.
Yeah, actually.
All right.
Sentiments aside.
Yes, you can write him off. So the English national team, and I also pick the Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Yes.
Okay. They are all Ghanaians.
Yes, they are Ghanaian.
Alright.
Another quarterfinalist. Maybe probably the Netherlands might reach the final.
But they are very formidable,
Yeah,
honestly.
The Netherlands is a team that you can actually play because they have overlooked several times.
Yes.
So but you can actually write them on because the Netherlands have a very unique style of play.
Okay, so please, sorry, this is the very last. I know I said the last before, but this one is the last one. Okay, now, top 3 African players that will do best. Your top 3 African players. It doesn't matter which country they are representing now. Top 3 best performing Africans that you predict.
Is there a gift attached to that?
No! Like, we want to know because at the end of the Euros, we are going to see if you are right or wrong. If your prediction is at least close or not.
Okay, I start with Romelu Lukaku.
1, that's your first.
Yes, Romelu Lukaku.
2nd,
Kylian Mbappe.
3rd,
Then Firmino.
Kobe Mino. Romelu Lukaku, Kylian Mbappe, Kobe Mino. I hold it to your ways after the Euros. Mr. Ibuka.
Yeah, I'm saying Mbappe.
Kylian Mbappe first.
Yes. Bukayo Saka.
Bukayo Saka second.
Yes, and Nico Williams.
Nico Williams.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah, is it the Spanish qualifier?
I'm surprised nobody mentioned Lamine Yamal.
He's a player to watch on the
Yes,
picture.
yes.
He's going to be his debut season in the Euro.
Okay.
But I didn't really expect much from him.
Okay.
But nevertheless, I'm not writing the guy off.
All right. Thank you very much once again, Ebuka, for your opinion. Thank you very much, Mr. Adeka, for coming to our show. So, thank you, viewers, for staying with us till this time. We are done with the Euros analysis of our African brothers representing various countries coming up this Euro 2024. So stay with us and go nowhere as we have a lot of things to bring up to you. So for now, take care and bye-bye.